Alright, team. New week, new Odyssey. Let's just get it done because I really want to go to bed. What have we got? High expenses. At these prices, you'll need to break the bank multiple times. Oh no. Another half cash Odyssey. Never mind, it's just the first map. Oh, it's all at very fancy location. Well, that's not true. What? At these prices? I don't get it. I don't understand. Half cash, yeah, I get that. First of all, thank you for giving us a decent amount of starting cash for half cash. That's getting cut in half, but we can still actually place a fucking tower without needing monkey knowledge. So thank you, Ninja Kiwi, for remembering that, although I suspect if you set it to round 6 or round 3, you'd give us like 200 cash total after the halving of the cash. So, you know, it's a good thing we start on round 15. Anyway, half cash on resort, 15 to 65. Hedge impoppable, 15 to 70. Bizarre hard standard, what a shit map. No offense, just hate it. I know it's one of the easier ones, but still, gross. Personally, my least favorite. 15 to 75, hard standard. Cargo hard standard, 15 to 80. And high finance hard standard, 15 to 100. Alright. It's looking like a farming angle, at least for a good chunk of these maps. What can we bring? Yeet, yeet. Oh god, why is it just abilities? Ew. Ew. Oh, okay, it's not just abilities. I just looked at the Dart Monkey and crapped my pants. Understandably, though. Oh, the high finance is the most expensive fucking upgrades from every one of these towers. Okay, well that kind of sucks because you're a bit garbage. You're good. I respect that. You're good. No. Oh, you're good. Yep, you're good. Why? Oh, laser beam of death. That is pretty good. Give me money. I'm gonna need it. Early game. Early game. And I don't know, one of you. Yeah, I don't like this either. Yeah, I agree. This does kind of suck, huh? Do I really want Ben? I do like Ben. Ben's great. I've got a good made at work called Ben. Mad respect. Maybe Churchill. Because I'm fucking hating our late game. No, we'll stick with Ben. Ben is essentially mana shield and extra money. So, yeah, I'm sticking with Ben. Ben's good. Ooh, a little bit off of being able to place Benjamin turn 1. That would be pretty nuts. Decent starting towers. Anyone? No, I can't think of any either. I'm glad this is such a back and forth conversation. If you can't tell, I've had a long day. It's not been great, honestly. It's what's the opposite of great? Oh yes, rather shit. That's how my day has been. I'll get triple shot, but nothing beyond it is worth that much money, in my opinion. But yes, I've had a shit day today. Showed up at work at 7:30 in the morning to start, which, you know, was the expected time for me to show up, and I was happy with that, so, you know, all well and good. And then, by the time I think that everything is over, I get told, oh, hey, this needs to be sort of counted for stock take. And I'm just like, oh, okay. Would have been nice to know that earlier in the day, so I could actually prepare it and maybe have gotten a head start. But now you've told me at the end of the day, when all of the stock is literally all over the fucking place, and I have to go find it before I can count it. So anyway, I started the day at 7:30 a.m. and I clocked out at 7:30 p.m. I had another fucking 12-hour shift. I hate 12-hour shifts. They're not pleasant things to be a part of. Just FYI. Don't get me wrong, money's great, and 12-hour shift is not what they rostered me for, so a good chunk of that was overtime, and that's their fucking fault if they're pissed at me for staying back long enough. But, too bad, so sad. They told me to count, that's how long it fucking takes. Oh. Sorry, bringing my my shitty work energy into recording again. Some may say that perhaps my job is garbage and I complain about it all the time and I rarely have anything good to say about it, so I should probably just quit. And some of those people, most of those people, are very correct. But sadly, I have a few things in mind to get done first before I leave that shithole of a job. I'm not outright saying that I won't leave it. In fact, I'm very much on board with leaving it. I've accepted that it is a problem in my life that needs solving rather than a positive influence on my life. So, you know, I've beaten the hardest stage of acceptance. That's all well and good. But yes, my main problem that I'm having, well, I don't know if I've actually discussed this before, but here we go, we can have a little bit of an IRL talk. Real talk time. Essentially, I want to quit my job. And when eventually I do bring it up to them, and tell them about it, you know, I'm gonna have some conditions if they want me to stay. If they don't want me to stay, then I'll fuck off, honestly. Like, my mental health is way more fucking important than their shitty job that they're gonna have to delegate to like 4 other people. Anyway, I literally just have like 2 things I want to get in line before I tell them that I want to quit. And don't get me wrong, I'm sure they can pick up on the vibe. Like, literally every chance I get, I'm flipping off the security cameras, hoping someone in the office sees. 'Cause it's just funny. And honestly, they're the ones that are making my job and my life a living hell there. So it feels like it's not necessary. No, it's definitely not necessary, but it's certainly fun. Makes the job a little easier, you know? Are we about to die? Yep. Maybe I should set the next one up downwards. But yeah, so my 2 conditions, I think I have brought this up before, but maybe not in great detail. Not that I would give great detail, these are sort of personal things. Essentially, number 1, and probably the most important one of the 2, I don't know what my next step would be. So I'd like to figure that out first, you know? Would I get another job? Would I go back and study something? You know, what am I doing after surviving hell? And so, you know, I would like to figure that out. Figure out what I'm gonna do next before I do that next. That's common sense. Unless you're in like an insanely toxic environment to the point where literally if you showed up another day, you might, you know, hurt someone, hurt yourself, anything of that extent. I feel like it's always good to try and plan your next move. But if it's like that seriously negatively affecting you, then yeah, get the fuck out of there. Anyway, so I'm trying to plan my next move. Don't get me wrong, I'm being pushed to the edge, but like, it's like they're pushing me to the edge with dodgeballs from a distance, you know? I'm able to dodge most of them and they just get flying over the edge, but, you know, it's getting to the point where I'm getting fucking fatigued and I know for a fact that they've lobbed up a basketball that looks like a dodgeball and they're just waiting to throw it the second I'm like fully fatigued. Like a bunch of douchebags. So anyway, I'd like to know what I'm gonna do next. It makes perfect sense to me. And then on top of that, I would like to pay off my debt. For those of you who don't know, I did go to university for a brief spell. I didn't finish. I absolutely dropped out because that also turned out to be a very shitty and toxic environment for me, and I wasn't having fun, and I just genuinely lost complete interest in the course that I was doing, which does suck, but you know, it's better than getting all the way through it, forcing yourself to, you know, pretend like you're in a happy-go-lucky fun situation when you're not, and then only realizing after the fact that you fucking hate it and you wasted your time and money. So anyway, I only wasted half of my money and half of my time, so look at me go. Not bad, not bad. But yes, I quit university because it wasn't for me. And overall, the course I was doing was just not as fun as I thought it would be. Don't get me wrong, it's obviously learning and studying. There's not really a good chunk of fun about it, but, you know, obviously my determination to see it through to the end dropped real quick. So yeah, didn't finish off uni. Instead, I went to learn at TAFE instead, and it's quite funny actually, because TAFE was the entire opposite for me. Where like, instead of dropping out early because I didn't like the subject, and I just fully lost interest in it, I saw it all the way through, you know, paid the full fee, all that good jazz, right? And I've not yet even used my course in terms of like a job. At first, because I just simply was not having any luck with finding a job. And then later on, because apparently the entire course that I did was getting reworked. And so essentially, even though I had just finished the course, as the next year passed by, the course got so heavily updated that my credentials are essentially out of date. Even though they're still very, very recent. Which does suck. It sucks quite a lot. Is that a ceramic? That is a ceramic. But I loved every single second of that course. Every single second of that course was just amazing. I absolutely adored it. I would do it again in a heartbeat. Because that course was... That's why I say it's like the exact opposite experience I had to university. I got like a year and a half into university before I was like, why the fuck am I doing this? And then I stopped doing it, right? I fully completed my TAFE course and I was like, this is fucking amazing. Even if I don't do anything with this course whatsoever, I still love the fact that I did this course because it was something I really enjoy, something I really love. I've gained a lot more knowledge about the subject. And personally, that's just a big win for me. Okay, we're gonna need much higher damage. I don't know how we're gonna get that, to be honest. Would certainly be nice if a certain druid had a certain tier 3 ability. Maybe I can place a plane. Because planes don't really give a fuck. They just fly around spitting damage out everywhere. Did I not bring more druids? I only got 2 fucking druids. Oh. I totally should have brought more. Okay, well, the plane's definitely helping, but I don't know if it's gonna save me. Nope, of course it's not gonna save me. Alright, let's try that again. This time we will farm a bit heavily. A bit more heavily, rather. But yes, so in order to happily quit my job, I wish to pay off my debt and know what my next step will be. Because at the moment, I know I have not done either of those things. I feel like it's better to go for a banana farm than for Benjamin, right? Is that right? I don't know. No. Ben makes $50 every round in half cash. Banana farm makes less than that. Cool. I'm glad I can read. Oh, but it is gonna be sweet. Because let me tell you, I am not that far away from paying off my university debt. And if I put every single cent I earn towards paying off that debt, I could pay it off pretty damn quickly. However, we're gonna double that amount of time because I don't put in every single cent I earn, because a good chunk of it will go into my savings, which I think is importante. Very important to me. Because savings means interest, and interest on your savings means more savings, which is just a great fucking thing. Maybe Never Miss is a good option to go next. Because we do need lead, that's that done. We've got camo done. So if we just go for Never Miss after we get Benjamin, I feel like that'll be a pretty good substitute. Spiked Balls is actually also pretty good. Pretty strong contender. Anyway, see how we go here. What else was I gonna say? Oh yeah, I've been watching an anime that has come out fairly recently called Solo Leveling. And damn, the latest episode that dropped was pretty fucking amazing, not gonna lie. If you're interested in watching it yourself, I would highly recommend it. Essentially, it's an anime where essentially these portals open up in the human world, and if they are left alone for too long, monsters will start pouring out of them and obviously start killing people and you know, destroying the place and being general jerks. And so, when these portals started showing up, they started to realize that certain people, called hunters, have the ability to hurt these D-bags because they can't be hurt with general boring human weaponry, right? So the regular human weapons, absolute garbo, does nothing. Can't hurt them. But these specific hunters can, with their special weapons. And hunters themselves get ranks, so E rank all the way to S rank or A rank maybe? I don't know, it might be S rank. But essentially they get given ranks. E being the lowest and S or A being the highest, as you do. And basically the whole premise of the show is that once you've been given your rank, and once you know what your rank is, you cannot improve that at all. you're stuck at that rank, and your capacity is limited to that rank, right? You can improve your physical physique, as well as your physical speed and whatnot. I don't exactly know what rank refers to or means, but essentially it's a different thing, and I guess it just sort of tells you your overall limit as a human being, or a hunter rather, to take on these portals that are opening. And portals are also labeled as such, with the E ranks up to the S ranks or whatever, to designate which hunters would be, you know, able to take on the enemies inside. I don't know if it requires, like, if there's like a scouting team that goes ahead of time. I don't know exactly how the ranks of the dungeon are actually determined, come to think of it. Anyway, the ranks are determined, the hunters are then assigned and sent into these dungeons in order to take on these beasts. And we follow our beautiful protagonist, who just happens to be an E rank hunter, the lowest of the low, and he is literally given the nickname the weakest hunter ever, or of all time or something, right? Anyway, I'm not going to give much spoilers after that, because that's basically like, I want to say like 70% of the first episode is this sort of what I just told you, like they're sort of setting the scene type thing. But yeah, honestly, is a good watch. I would highly recommend it. Now that there's a few episodes out, it's starting to get real good. It's starting to get real good. And you know, there's a bit of a hint in the name, solo leveling. You know, wink wink, nudge nudge. Capacity is limited. Is it though? Is it for everyone though? Anyway, would highly recommend it. It is a very good anime that I've been watching recently. Do I want blowback? I don't think I do. I do think I want no regrow though. What do I want next? I think I might get another one, honestly. It's good damage. It's really good damage. I want to see how it stacks up against this next round, because that's the round we lost to, right? 49. You know what they say, less is more. Unless, of course, you get a lot more, and then more is more. As the cycle continues. Okay, it is certainly looking better. That is for damn sure. But in order to beat round 63, this isn't going to cut it. So, we're going to get one of these. And you'll see why I'm setting it this far back in a bit. Specifically when I buy like the next 2 upgrades for the top path, whenever that happens. But yeah, other than solo leveling, I have been binge watching with the missus Sword Art Online. If you haven't seen that, it's as far as I'm aware, it's probably a lot more well known than solo leveling is. Solo leveling's kind of new on the scene in comparison to Sword Art Online. But if you haven't seen that, essentially, virtual reality, massively multiplayer online role-playing game, animated of course, where essentially it's full body VR, where they have this little headset thing, they hook themselves up to it, their real life body does not move, you know, they just stay lying down in bed, Their real-life body doesn't move at all, but they can fully move around in this virtual space and lead completely different lives to their real-life self, right? And don't worry about spoilers, because this happens in literally the first episode, and it's kind of the whole premise of the whole thing. Sword Art Online, the lovely little game that they all jump into when it first releases, their full body paralyzed in the real world, and you know, their in-game bodies free to move around and do dungeons and quests and all that whatnot. But yeah, the second they get in, they swiftly realize that there is no log out button, as per the game creator's design, because he's trapped them all in there. And if anyone from the outside world tries to remove their headpiece forcefully, they will just die. Their real life body and in the game. And, to make it even more fun, if they die in the game, they die in real life. So essentially, their only way out is to beat the game. And the game itself consists of 100 floors. Floor 1 being the easiest, floor 100 being the boss fight to beat to let them out of the game. It is very entertaining. I think I've only finished the first season. Jesus, that's a lot of fucking balloons. But yes, very entertaining. Would highly recommend it if you haven't seen it yourself. Right, Banana Farm, you've served a very, very good purpose. Thank you for all your help. Benjamin, you've also served a very nice purpose. Actually, no. One of these has served their nice purpose. There we go. We win. Goodbye, 63. You're no longer a threat. But yeah, that's why I was farming. Gotta get that little bit of an extra edge in half cash mode, and round 63 is not to be fucked with, so I don't mind selling some lesser defense to get an Iron Man defense. Anyway. But yeah, that's the two animes I've been watching recently. I don't know if I've been watching any real life actor people stuff. Oh, Loki. I've been watching Loki. The Marvel Cinematic Universe TV show. I don't know what all the hype's about. I think it's really boring for the most part. I actually wouldn't advise watching it. The only reason I'm watching it is because apparently stuff that happens in Loki is gonna matter in the next Deadpool movie, because some of the people or the organizations or some shit show up in Deadpool, and I just want to know what the fuck that's about. I don't want to go into that blind. I want to, you know, have knowledge on that shit, so thus I am watching, and I am bored out of my fucking mind in a lot of the scenes. Don't get me wrong, other scenes definitely make up for it, but holy shit, boring. If Tom Hiddleston wasn't Loki, I would have switched that shit off. Anyway. Nevertheless, I'm sure some people love it. I personally am not a fan of watching a fucking Marvel movie or TV show that's about a fucking organization. Literally office workers. What the fuck? Maybe it's because I don't even work in an office, but I work in a building that has an office, so maybe that's what's annoying me. Either way, not the biggest fan of Loki Season 1. I've finished Season 1, haven't started Season 2 yet. Kind of not sure if I want to. But yeah, not the biggest Season 1 lover over here. I think that Spectre should do us quite nicely. At least until we get some better upgrades. Ah, it's because it's impoppable. 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 That is impoppable. You can't do that. That is impoppable. I'm gonna try for Heart of Thunder, I think, and then after that go for something a bit heavier. Okay, there's Heart of Thunder. Have we lost any extra lives? No. Cool. Love that. Heart of Thunder should be able to help us out a bit. Oh yeah, it is definitely doing that. Let's try and jump on some camera detection. Also, I'll put you here so that you can do that little cheat code where you see through this gap. Maybe it'll save our Spectre from having to work too hard. Well, we've got lead popping power, we've got camo popping power. I think I'm gonna farm. I don't see a reason why I shouldn't try at the moment to get more fucking money. Because holy crap, they've literally chosen the most expensive towers for us. Well, not the most expensive towers, but the most expensive upgrades for those towers. Which is a really horrible thing to do. Don't get me wrong, it's the theme of the Odyssey, so I don't mind, but you didn't have to put the first map with half cash. That's just fucking rude. Anyway, let's make a good chunk of money here. I think I shouldn't buy any more upgrades now, because I won't make that money back, if I remember correctly. Right, how do we kill a Moab for cheap? I'd say Spiked Balls. Spiked Balls does a pretty good job of annihilating ceramics, so if those monkeys at the start can put a little bit of hurt on the Moab, then Spiked Balls can finish it off at the end. Mwah. Beautiful. Boom, 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 boom. Dun, dun, dun. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, I'm pretty confident that'll fuck up a Moab. Wow, I've still got quite a bit of time before that happens, so we're just gonna farm more. I don't see a downside. I'm failing to see a downside. Oh wait, no, I do see a downside. I'm gonna have to keep my mouse here the whole fucking game. Ew. Why did I do that? And I turned off all my powers, didn't I? So I don't even have like a banana farmer I can bring out to help me. No. 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 Oh. That's fine. We'll just farm the old-fashioned way. With our hands. We really do need something else to deal some damage in those in-between areas, eh? I'm thinking a Dartling gunner just pointed straight up. That's a lot of balloonage. Yeah, so I'm thinking Dartling gunner here. Oop, gotta collect all of those. Point right there. Oof, I knew I missed some. Damn! Money! Okay, now we're getting somewhere. Don't want the laser cannon just yet. Maybe I'll go for a plantation. Yeah, screw it. Feels like I haven't hit that button in ages. Like I haven't actually bought a banana plantation in ages. I don't go top path. It's almost always exclusively bottom path. And then every now and then I'll go middle path for a bank. But yeah, wow. Actually been a long time since I've purchased a plantation. And money. Let's do it again. Although now, like I've always been saying over the course of so many Odysseys now is the best time for me to farm. Between 40 and 50. That is super ideal timing for getting the farming done. Then maybe at another point in time, I'll put another dartling gunner up here, pointing down. Oh yeah, that'll be nice. But I think for now we're doing quite well. We've got our full 50 lives. We managed to beat that Moab last time with much less damage than we have right now, so I reckon 2 Moabs won't be that crazy of a thought. And we'll get plasma. Oh, that's a lot of bloonage. Are we good? No, we're not fucking good. That's alright. Simple solution. Simple solution. Single upgrade, maybe 2. You there. 2 upgrades. Life could be a dream. Ba-dum 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 bum. Ba-da-ba-da-bum ba-dum ba-bum. That's weird. There used to be regrows in this game. Oh wait, no, there is still one. That's alright. That's not nearly enough to cause a catastrophe. Hack him! Hack him! Oh. Damn. I wanted to hack the red balloon so I didn't spawn any children. Alright. We good. We've got the beam of death already. It's only around 50. So beautiful. There we go. Right. Money. Money, 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 money. Lock. Do 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 do. Only thing that screws me is purples. And even then I can get myself a never miss camera detecting plane to fix that problem. Well, for the most part. I could just get more triple dart monkeys, but meh. That's too easy. That's too easy. Ooh. I'm trying to crack my back, but it is not working out for me, honestly. Kinda sucks, but at the same time, probably good that I can't crack it. I don't know why. I always think of it like, if you've never cracked a bone in your body before, don't do it. I wouldn't recommend it. Not to say that I've had any drastic fucking consequences from cracking my knuckles, my neck, my elbow every now and then, my feet or my toes. And my back. No drastic consequences from those. Not even any real consequences, to be honest. I had to get good at it. Of course, so I knew what to crack and when and what felt normal and what didn't feel normal. You know, you gotta sort of soul search your own body for that. But yeah, if you've not cracked a bone in your body before, don't do it. Because it literally becomes like an addiction, you know? You crack your knuckle, and then all of a sudden, if that knuckle ever feels weird at any point in time, maybe you've just, I don't know. Oh, this is a hell of a lot of pressure. Maybe you've just, been at a computer for a while, and your hand's sort of locked up. Anytime you feel like, maybe your thumb's locked up or something's a bit weird with it, your immediate first thought is crack it. Fucking crack it. And don't get me wrong, sometimes the relief is immediate and very, very good. But, I don't know, it just sort of sucks that that's like a first resort type thing. I don't know if that makes sense, but yeah. I remember a point in time where I hadn't cracked any bone in my body, and I never felt like I needed to crack any bone in my body, which was nice. I never felt an urge to try and crack any bones in my body, and that was a good time, I think. It definitely is fun, but yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't recommend it if you don't already do it. But yeah, I can pretty much like crack my knuckles for the most part, crack my elbows. Depending on which way I push my wrists, I can crack my wrists, ankles, toes. I can crack my ankles as many times as I want. Like, usually if you crack your knuckle, there'll be like a cooldown period where you won't be able to crack your knuckle again, and if you keep trying to, it'll hurt. Or at least that's how it is for me. There's this one knuckle I can pretty continuously crack, but my ankles, I can literally just like rotate my feet, and you hear them crack every step of the way. It is, it's funny. The neck, definitely avoid the neck. If you can avoid cracking your neck, please do. I would not recommend it. That is the dodgiest one to crack. If anything goes wrong in that situation, it could lead to paralysis, or, worse than that. So would not recommend that. Don't crack your neck. And if you have been cracking your neck, consider stopping. And if you go to a chiropractor, also consider stopping if they're cracking your neck. Like, ooh, it is not good. Like, once again, I have done it for a while now, and so I'm sort of used to my body and how it reacts and how it feels when I should crack my neck and how it feels when, maybe I feel like I should crack my neck, but I definitely fucking shouldn't crack my neck, because I've been in multiple situations where I've cracked my neck and I've had neck pain after that for so fucking long, until I eventually, simmer down a little, and then, over the times, I've figured out, like, when's a safe time to crack my neck, like if this weird urge to crack my neck is a good one or a bad one, etc. Anyway, don't crack any bones in your body if you can help it. And if it's too late, just leave it at your knuckles. The rest of your body wasn't meant to crack. I'm pretty sure none of your body was meant to crack, but either way, just try and avoid cracking your body. Anyway, thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. This has been High Expensive Part 1. Part 2 will feature these 3 maps tomorrow at some point. Maybe even the day after. My tomorrow's looking pretty packed at the moment. But we'll see. Anyway, take care of yourselves, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.